What's up, guys? Peyton back with another video. So what I want to talk to y'all about today is something I'm super excited to talk to y'all about. Something I wanted to have a little bit of time spent in these boots before I brought them to you guys. And I can confidently say I can give y'all a preliminary review, and my base opinions on these boots with actually having some knowledge about them. I'm sorry, get out. Hey, I know, I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. Sorry, guys. Like I said, we do everything in one take here, so there's animals here. You might hear them barking or playing or whatever else you may hear. Hopefully that one doesn't bark. If she does, we have bigger issues. So let's jump right into it. What is this? These are my first pair of Indonesian boots that I have bought. And there's a reason for that, and it's not because I don't think the quality is superb. There's a reason I chose to buy them for this style. Why, when, how. There's reasons for all of it, and I'm gonna go into that in this video. But let's just jump into what these boots are. These are a pair of Kiattoko Handmade boots. This model is called their Old Boy. It comes in a bunch of different heights, different rivet configurations. They can literally do almost anything you want. They are completely made to measure, made to order boots. I originally heard about them from Dale on Dale's Leatherworks, his channel, and then Ashwin Rao on Welted Wear. He was talking about them as well. And I have been looking for a while through the Indonesian boot makers to try and decide which one I wanted. I looked at all of them you can think of, everything from Sagara and of course they're all going to escape me now, Jackrabbits, all the boots you can think of that I've seen on all the channels I'm sure y'all watch as well. Then again, they're all escaping me. I looked into Chinese boots like iron boots, looked at so many different, it's just getting ridiculous at this point with the cat, I'm sorry. Looked at so many different brands trying to figure out which brand I wanted to spend money on and put my time into. And I settled on Kiattoko Handmade because number one, I thought this style, this specific style was so different from what I had seen from other makers. It has that white semi-dress kind of center line down the quarters, but it actually is the counter cover itself that extends all the way down the boot. It had this rivet, it had this bump toe with broguing on the cap toe and broguing on the heel counter. I just thought it was so unique, different, and something I truly enjoyed. Now, one thing I will tell you to why you won't see a lot of boots like this from me. I do not like service boots. I just don't. I don't like, there's a reason you won't see Grant Stone on my channel. There's a reason you won't see Parkhurst. There's a reason you won't see Truman. There's reasons I don't buy those as well, but I think Grant Stone and Parkhurst, Caswell boots, I think they all make great boots. I really do. I don't really like service boots. That's why you'll never see Viberg on here. I will never review a pair of Viberg. It's not because I don't think they make phenomenal boots. It's because I don't like service boots. I like things that are different, things that are different patterns, different leathers, different construction techniques, different in general. That's what I tend to gravitate towards, unless I'm buying a boot for function first. That's not what these boots are. These boots are strictly for casual, dress casual scenarios. And I thought these were unique. These are a 4-inch height from the heel. They have a woodsman heel with that slant, that concave heel. They have a full Dr. Sole super grip sole. They are 270 degree hand welted, which means they have a channeled leather insole. They do not have a canvas gimming. These are a full hand welted. They are made from Badalassi Carlo, which is an Italian tannery that specializes in vegetable tanning. They are made of Nemesis olive. vegetable tan Badalassi Carlo leather. They have a rivet at the end on both sides of the quarters. They are fully leather lined all the way through with a very, very nice lining. I don't know what kind of leather it is. Didn't ask. Honestly, didn't care. But they are completely leather lined. They have a rolled top. They have a actually, I don't even know if I call it partially. It's gusseted up to the second from the top eyelet. So it's pretty much a gusseted tongue. And it's just a beautiful boot. The finishing is exceptional. It really is. These have actually been worn a fair amount, believe it or not. It's just, this vegetable tan leather is, I mean, if you listen at it, it's a substantial leather. It's a stiff tempered leather. And it doesn't break very easy as far as the grain. Badalassi Carlo is actually known to roll a lot more than a lot of non-horsehide leathers. Like obviously your shells are gonna roll. Your shells are gonna roll. Your horse butts are gonna roll to a certain extent. Really tight grain structures, but these will too. And they've so far aged beautifully. I probably have anywhere between 50 and 70 hours in these boots. You know, I wear them very casually. That is true. These boots are never going to see a day of work in their life. I didn't buy them for that. But full length leather midsole, leather heel counter, which is very stiff. I mean, these are a beautiful boot in my opinion. And I thought they were unique. And I thought they were something that could give me that service boot type-ish feel without being a service boot with that low block heel, that more almondy toe I don't really like as much. You know, and I know some service boots don't have an almond toe. The Elston Last from Oak Street Bootmakers, I've owned that boot, the trench boot. That boot in general, other than the toe box, nothing about that boot when I got it impressed me. And I wish I still had it so I could do a review, but I sold it for very cheap because honestly, I was completely displeased with that boot in every way I could be. And I've told y'all before, you won't see a lot of bad reviews on my channel because I don't talk to you guys about things as much that I don't like because this is fun for me. I want to get on here and share my experiences, share the things I enjoy, see what y'all think of them, see maybe what y'all's taste, how y'all's taste differ from mine. But I'm not going to get on here and talk bad about a boot for 20 minutes. That's just not really something that I find fun. If anything, I just get myself upset because I spent money on it. So, but either way, beautiful boot. It's got that rounded toe, that bump toe last. Again, that woodsman heel. Again, stiff leather heel counter, full length leather midsole. It is a veg tan leather insole with a half sock liner on the heel with some foam underneath it just for your heel cushion, but it is a full length leather midsole. How to order, again, I got on Kiattoko Handmade's Instagram. I DM'd them. I got a reply back within an hour. And let me tell you, as far as customer service, these guys were off the chain good, especially for dealing with them over an app from across the world. They were incredibly responsive, incredibly knowledgeable, very patient. When it came time to pay, I paid over PayPal. They only requested half down. I went ahead and paid for it fully just because I wanted to go ahead. I'm one of them guys, if I have money set aside for something, I have to go ahead and use it for that. Otherwise, that money gets spent somewhere else. You know, I'm sure there are some other folks out there like that. But so I went ahead and paid for them in full. He said it would take anywhere from, I think it was 8 to 10 weeks. I got these boots in a month and a half. One and a half months from clicking on that conversation thread on Instagram, starting it up, paying, getting it in the queue. It was like 6 weeks and these boots were at my door. Very responsive. Anytime I ever asked for an update or just reached out to see how things were going, very patient, very responsive, great people. These boots were $480 US. And the reason I went with an Indonesian maker for something like this, because I knew I wanted, I'm not a service boot fan, but I knew I wanted something in this style section, in this realm of style. And I didn't want to pay for a semi-dress. I didn't want to pay $800 for a boot that I'm not going to wear a lot. You spend your money, in my opinion, on the things that need to have money spent on them. My work boots are some of the most expensive boots I own because those boots need to be. Those are the boots that take the most brunt. Those are the boots that need those insane construction techniques. And as far as quality, again, I have owned Oak Street. I have owned Grant Stone. I have held Parkhurst. I have held Truman's. I have held Vibergs on the 2030 last. I've never had a Viberg 310, which I know this is more reminiscent of that. Either a 310 or a 2040, which is the Munson, but I have held Viberg 2030s. And these easily stack up to them in every single way. As far as the stitch density, stitches per inch for guys who care about that, I never have. For those of you that really know footwear and really know how footwear is constructed, SPI is almost strictly cosmetic. There is no difference in durability between SPIs being greater or lesser. And there's actually a higher percentage of people that know what they're talking about, cobblers and other things, that will argue for you that a lower SPI is more durable because there's less perforations in the leather. But again, this boot was made to be aesthetic, and they nailed it. This Battalazzi Carlo Nemesis Olive, that really like OD olive, is just beautiful. The texturing in it is beautiful. Obviously, my lighting's not very good, but I mean, the lights and darks, the striations in the leather, the grain pattern, I mean, it's truly incredible. So, very grateful to have these boots. Very beautiful boots. They are comfortable. As far as the ordering, again, you talk to them. I did through Instagram. We set up. They went over all the specs that I had asked for. Once I agreed, I paid them through PayPal. To get my measurements into them, they send you a video that you follow. It's from Unsung House. Unsung House is a cobbler and also a custom bespoke boot maker out of Tennessee. They use their video to show you how to size your foot, put a piece of paper down, get your flexible ruler, your actual, fabric tape measure, whatever you want to call it. You do all the measurements. You send them pictures of them. They transfer that into a last for you, and that's what these came out to be. And these fit amazing. They really are incredible boots, and I'm grateful to have them. The reason these are my first Indonesian boot, again, I didn't know which brand I wanted to go with, and I was really impressed with what I saw on Dale's Leatherworks channel and Welted Wear with Ashwin Rao. And yeah, I just really think I made the right choice waiting to find a brand that I really wanted to get behind. And I think these are incredible, very grateful. Underhood is another Indonesian brand. Willie's Boots, I think, is from the Philippines. They're very well known. I mean, again, I believe it or not, before I made this video, I had a whole list of them I was going to talk about, and completely spaced it right when the video came on, and I don't do second takes, so hence the cat in the way of the video. Very grateful to have them. Very thankful they're here. Super excited. The tongue is made of the same Nemesis olive leather as well. I did not mention that. The cap toe is not a true cap toe, and it is structured with elastic. The reason I wanted to bring that up is because you will hear me expressly talk bad about cap toes that are not true cap toes. The reason that does not bother me at all on these is because I am not sitting here trying to tell you these boots are made to be durable, end-all be-all, rugged, tough work boots. That's where I have a problem with Truman, because people put them in the same conversation a lot of times as, it's like Knicks or Whites or JK or so-and-so on a little bit of a budget. Not much, because they're still super expensive, but they're still durable. It's like, anytime you have a false cap toe on a boot, it is not only not making the boot more durable than having a single piece vamp, it is making it less durable, because you have taken what will be a solid piece of leather with solid grain structure, cut it in half, put perforations in the leather and spliced it. That's fine for a boot like this that is made to be, in my opinion, a casual boot that I truly love the look of, that I put on when I go to dinner with my wife, that I put on when I do around the town errands. This boot will never see a day of work in its life if I can help it. That's why I'm not upset about it being a false cap toe. That being said, if it was a work boot, that would be unacceptable. Either way, my cat's behind the phone. I'm worried she's going to knock it over. So thank y'all for watching. God bless y'all. God bless your family. And y'all be safe out there.